So as Amazon sellers, we know that product images actually play a pretty big part because, people are not able to, hold our products on their hands. So what do they actually have to get an impression of the product? They pretty much have the images and then whatever else we are going to be listing on the product descriptions. Our main thing impacting the buying decision is absolutely the price. If the price is just way too high or it's not what people are willing to pay, then that's going to be the main factor in making the buying decision. But after that, it actually comes down to images. So what can people see in the images, and does it seem like what they actually want to have? So that means that we have to put special attention to images. Especially people who have been selling for quite some years. We are used to just ordering images for product listings. Doing the basic stuff, you do infographics and you do features, benefits, and whatever, blah, 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 la di da. But it's actually good if you just consider the psychology behind it and why certain colors work and why and for which purpose. So it's good that we have a bit of a theory in the background. So it's absolutely essential that when we create the images, when we create the image plan for the designer, that it's pretty like product specific, but it's also good to understand that why certain things work and why certain things don't work, and depending on the product category, what should really be our strategy. So yeah, let's talk about psychology of photography for listing images. So yeah, we will learn about the psychology of colors in photography, then logic versus emotional driven photos. We need to have both. I would say that pretty much all buying decisions are emotional, and then we just use logic to rationalize that this is why it makes sense, but it's still emotional purchase. Even if it's just a screwdriver, then okay, is it logical or emotional? No, it still comes down to emotions that this is the one that feels good, and I actually like it. I actually like the colors. I like the way it looks or holds on my hand or whatever. It's still emotional, but then we need to address both of these. But depending on the product category, then it might need to have more of logic than emotional. For example, if it's some technicalities. But so we are going to be talking about that, and then identify which suits our products. Like I mentioned, it depends on the product, it depends on the category, it depends on the message that we are trying to get across. And that's also the reason that why I emphasize that, okay, if you're looking for a new product, first place to look is to just consider that what are your areas of interest, what are your hobbies, what are you passionate about, what are the things that you've been doing past years or maybe even decades, right? Because if you've been doing certain hobbies for quite a long period of time already, then you already know this stuff. You already have this competitive advantage. In these certain categories, in these certain type of products, I see that all the competitors are using these and these colors, and the reason that they chose those colors are because of this and that and so on. So especially in US, the bigger companies are, they're actually doing massive research in identifying the colors that they will use their brand. It isn't some random thing that, I like yellow. My daughter likes yellow, so let's go with yellow. Typically they they have tons of research and tons of split testing behind it, and when they actually make the decision to change the branding color of their like labels and whatever. I mean, they usually have some specific reasons why they do that. And then, I mean, we are going to go through the steps how to create this image plan. So, okay, fine. We have identified that what are the different colors or what are different images that we want to have. But I mean, it's not enough that we have idea or like rough idea what we want. But I mean, we need to, unless it is us who are like doing all those images, then we actually need to weigh how to get the point across to the person who's actually doing those images, so designer or some other person. So that's why we need to create an image plan that we give to the designer. So yeah, let's talk about a bit about the psychology of colors. So red, I mean, it's stop sign is red. So it means really this attention grabbing and can be really effective for products that evoke these strong emotions or a sense of urgency. And it's a funny thing, like I remember reading some crazy study about ice hockey. Like the teams that have red outfit tend to win more of the competitions. That's pretty funny and a pretty crazy thing. But thing is that, okay, red in terms of using it for imagery, I mean, it's often used for sales and clearance items, meaning that, okay, it's 50% off or outlet. And then, so because it's all about this bold and wild statements, and it's vibrant items or products that signify passion or excitement. So when there's red, it means kind of like pay attention, right? And of course, like if you're walking around and you see these clearance signs, I mean, some of these are yellows because obviously they want to differentiate, but oftentimes it's going to be red because it just means that, hey, pay attention. We are having a sale here, so you should be buying, right? Then blue. Okay, blue conveys trust, reliability, and calmness. So it's suitable for products where trust and dependability are important. What's the color of like police? Well, it depends on different countries, but oftentimes in Finland, for example, it's blue, right? It conveys this trust, and it's often used in terms of products. I mean, it's often used for electronics, tech gadgets, and products related to health and wellness. Like, for example, saving, Gillette. I mean, typically their product labels are blue because, okay, you associate the color with something that, okay, this is something you can trust because, for example, if we are talking about saving, then we are talking about putting something sharp on our faces. So obviously we need to have the trust element that, yeah, I mean, we are not accidentally going to slip our throats when we are saving, right? So we can see it's often here like electronics and then skincare. Green. So green is associated with nature, freshness, eco-friendliness. It's effective for products with environmentally friendly or natural attributes. So I mean that's why you often see it being used for like organic foods, gardening equipment, and sustainable and eco-friendly products. Green is just this like more down to earth and healthy planet. I mean, plants are green, so the branding of our environmental healthy branding is labels is green as well. Then yellow. What is yellow? I mean, it's cheerful, attention grabbing, making it suitable for the products that promote happiness and optimism. That's why I mean that, like, when you see these clearance signs, I mean, often they are like red, quite, I mean, sometimes they are yellow as well. I mean, they want to differentiate from others, but they also, if you cannot use red, then what should you use? I mean, you could use yellow just as the attention grabbing and promoting happiness and optimism. And that's why you often see it with toys, children products, and items that are pretty much related with happiness and positivity, right? Then orange. Orange combines the energy of red with the happiness of yellow. So it's often used to convey enthusiasm and excitement. So it can be effective for products that relate to adventure, sports equipment, and products that need to stand out. And well, what is the other color for orange? Well, in US it's prison made, so that's other use of this orange color. But we don't really have that. Yeah, it again depends on the country. Like for example, I think in Finland they have like prison mates. They have like gray outfits, which has some red color or whatever. Then purple represents luxury, creativity, and sophistication. So it's suitable for high-end and or different color artistic products. So that means that it can be really useful for luxury fashion. Like if you really want to perceive as something premium or as something more high-end, like already if we are looking at this photo of this headset, I mean, it looks like, oh, okay, that seems pretty high-end product, right? Just because of the use of colors. I mean, sure, they could use blue, but we can see that, oh, okay, they are also using blue there, which is another common color with electronics. Then we also see that the purple, they're like illustrates or emphasize this like luxury impression. And of course, it doesn't mean anything that these products are any bit of high-end products, but it's just the thing that it gives this impression. It like just especially like when you consider like how much research people put into when they are buying something. Well, if you're talking about impulse buyers, like when it's just $50 or whatever, I mean, the research is pretty minimal, meaning that, okay, you just browse through the images. Yeah, this is what I want. Okay, buy. One-click purchase from Amazon. But then if you're talking about high-end or let's say these luxury fashion items, okay, then you do a bit of more research. But let's say that, okay, we want to buy this headset for us. So we're going to be doing, well, it depends on the price, but let's say it's still under $100, which means that we are not, most people are not going to be doing extensive research. So instead, they just browse through, and when they just look at like images like this, so it's all about the impression that comes across. It's all about the perception that, yeah, I mean, this seems like a luxury product. This seems like premium quality product. And why? Well, just because the images look like that. The images convey this impression that, yeah, I mean, this seems like a good quality product. Because most people are not going to spend excessive amount of time in research, meaning that they're gonna read every single detail of the product listing. But yeah, I mean, okay, this one has this sort of a feature, and okay, I mean, what is it made of? Like, what's the is that like leather, or is that vegan leather, or is it what is it made of? Like, what kind of plastic it has, and okay, it has Bluetooth. So what kind of connected? No. I mean, typically people are just gonna look at briefly browse through it and then look at reviews. Is anyone complaining about it? Okay, if someone is complaining about it, what are they complaining? So it's just about minimizing the risk for making a bad decision, right? So that we don't lose our money. That's pretty much the most. That's pretty much the process that applies to most people when they're making like buying decisions. Yes, I mean, black, elegance, formality, luxury. So it can really create this sense of sophistication. So it's really effective for luxury fashion, high-end electronics, and products that just aim for a premium image. Then white. Why does Apple have every single product pretty much that they sell? Why is it always on this white box? So, I mean, white conveys cleanliness, simplicity, and minimalism. I mean, Apple is all about minimalism, so it can make products appear just more spaces and open. So it's really effective for having these like white backgrounds. I mean, are commonly used for a wide range of products, but I mean, especially for clarity and simplicity. And oftentimes, like if the packaging is all white, it's not about saving money, so you don't need to spend the money on printing it. No, it's typically about conveying a certain message, that a certain thing that you actually point that you want to make across. Then brown is earthy and warm, often is associated with natural and rustic products. So it can really work well with wooden and handmade products, outdoor gear and items with a rustic or just a natural theme. So that means that, okay, what is brown is typically going to be this, especially like wooden cooking utensils and so on. So when we are talking about logic and emotionally driven photos, what does it mean? Okay, I mean, logic driven is pretty simple to understand. Like, okay, because it's basically just list either these different features, functionalities, or benefits. So it's just about getting us a better understanding that, okay, what is this? First of all, what is the product supposed to do, and then does it include all the things that we as a customer are looking for? Like especially, let's say that we are looking at this kind of cable. Yeah, I mean, we're buying this set of cable, and so we need to make sure that does it actually suit everything that we need to have. So does it meet the needs that we have? Then emotional driven. So I mean, it can be for a variety of different scenarios, and the thing here is that it's pretty much about lifestyle. It's about giving these different use cases how the product is being used, and how when the product is being used, what kind of emotions there should be. So emotional driven doesn't necessarily mean that you need to have people in there. It doesn't necessarily mean that you need to have faces. For example, look at the photo on the upper right corner. I mean, it's just Halloween decorations, but I mean, it doesn't have any people or anything like this, but it still conveys this emotional message that this is the atmosphere that you're going to be having when you actually start using these products. So let's talk about logic driven this photography. So one thing is this like technical and electronic products. So computers, smartphones, cameras, other electronics can benefit from logic driven photography. So consumers often look for these detailed images that clearly show the specifications, features, ports, and connectors, what kind of ports there are, and so on. So obviously, like if you're selling something that has some sort of functionality, then I mean, it's absolutely essential that we have these kind of features or these kind of images. And same thing for, okay, obviously if you're selling some medical or healthcare products, I mean, we need to illustrate these things. And automotive, because customers need to see the specifications, dimensions, and compatibility of the products for the product. Home appliances, so buyers want to see the features, capacities, and technical details for products like blender, air fryer, refrigerators, washing machines, and ovens. But I wouldn't say that it's only for technical products. I mean, it can be even for like non-technical things, like it logically just means that you just clearly state that, okay, you kind of like list down the features, benefits, and like specific details about the product usage. So this means that on this logic-driven photography, I mean, it's about information, giving this certain information to the customer or potential customer. So we give logic, facts, details, benefits, features. So it's all about pretty much the left brain, right? Analytical, orderly, linear, logical, good with numbers and language. So we need to give this information for the potential buyer, because even if they are, I mean, like I mentioned, the buying decision is made by emotions, but then it's it's rationalized with logic, meaning that, yeah, I feel like this seems like really great product, but if we don't have this kind of like information and images, then we are missing out, because then there's always the need to understand like certain things about the products. So we have this need for logic, so we can actually explain to ourselves that, okay, yeah, I mean, this meets exactly what I'm looking for. So it's all about clarity and detail, using this high resolution cameras and lenses to capture these sharp and detailed images. So ensure proper lighting to highlight certain features and eliminate shadows. An accurate representation is that you present the product as it is without like without exaggeration or distortion, or then avoiding these overly creative or stylized elements that might really distract from the product's factual presentation. So we showcase the product's features through close-up shots, clear angles, and use labels or annotations when necessary to explain specific functions or parts. For example, I mean, if you have already like infographic image on your product listing, I mean, that's an example of this logical part. And multiple angles capture the product from various angles to provide comprehensive view, and include shots that demonstrate how the product is used, assembled, and what's the size. And here you need to consider US, I mean, metric standard and US inches, so that people actually have the right expectation when they're ordering the product. And I can tell you how many times we have like gotten like 1-star reviews where the customer is saying, this is the wrong size, or it's smaller than I thought. So whenever we have that, okay, I mean, then we need to improve these images. We need to make it easier for the customer understand that what's the actual size of the product. So it's not enough just to list down the size, but they also need to have like comparison that, okay, what can they compare it to? For example, if there's a coin or something that clearly illustrates that that the size, what it is, because it's all about the expectations, right? Because when customers buy our product from Amazon, they have a certain expectation how the product is going to look like. So when they finally receive the product, it's a matter of a question that, okay, did we meet their expectations or did we not meet their expectations? And if we didn't meet their expectations, then we are going to be having disappointed customer who can possibly write like a 1-star review. And of course, like product reviews shouldn't have this kind of nonsense where people complain about the image. Yeah, especially like when the product listing already says that it is certain size or whatever. So, but the point is that I mean, we should already like prevent this from even happening, meaning that when they make the purchase on Amazon, they already, I mean, the expectations that they have is something that we are going to be matching when the product actually arrives to them. So that's also why it can be a pretty dangerous to like overly exaggerate some features or I mean benefits or whatever. I mean, if it's not really realistic, then they might have completely wrong expectations. And then, okay, I mean, if the expectations we under deliver, then that's going to be ending up with 1-star reviews. Then emotional driven photography. For example, I mean, fashion apparel, I mean, it always relies heavily on emotional driven images to create a sense of style, identity, and desire. I mean, just imagine uh, buying these fashion items, but then I mean, if the product images would actually just be focused on the fabric and the size, like who would buy clothes if there wouldn't be any kind of these photos like these emotional driven photographies? I mean, it would severely decrease the amount of sales that are for like clothing or fashion or apparel. I mean, it would have like drastic impact, much higher impact than we, for example, for electronics. Like if electronics would take out all the emotional driven photography, then I mean, obviously it would decrease, the sales would decrease, but still it wouldn't be as massive decrease as it would be with these kind of products that are mainly, that pretty much rely only on the emotional driven photography. Because I mean, sure, of course, like when we are buying clothing or whatever, then I mean, we care about what the fabric is, we care about certain things, but that's not the main driving factor. It's only about, okay, let's then, it's pretty much like after you have already made the buying decision that yeah, I'm gonna buy this, then you start looking at, oh, okay, by the way, what's the fabric? Oh, it's what it is, but I will order it anyway, right? So these photos focus on aesthetics, brand image, and the emotional connection to their clothing. It's all about emotions. And decor, lifestyle products, furniture, lifestyle goods, it's all about emotional driven photography that helps buyer envision how these items will fit into their homes and lives. Oh, okay, when I have this couch, then it will make my life oh so much better, and it will drastically increase the quality of my everyday life. Yes, yes. And same thing with toys, children products. It's essential. Actually, these product examples are pretty bad. But point is that it's really essential for children product as it connects with parents' emotions and the joy that these products can bring to children. I mean, it's not the kids who are buying this, so I mean, it's all about the parents, so or typically other adults. So I mean, it's about what like why are they making the purchase? It's typically that the person who's buying it wants to give joy and happiness or some other kind of emotion to the receiver. So that's the thing that needs to be needs to come across to the buyer. Okay, then cosmetics, beauty. I mean, it again relies heavily on emotional driven photography to showcase the transformation. So now here it's more about the transformation. It's more like, okay, before and after. So without this makeup, without this cosmetic, without this, I mean, you're gonna look like X. But when you actually use this product, I mean, it's going to completely transform you, your appearance, or pretty much like up level you to this next certain degree that would seem like desirable for you. So it's all about this transformation, then enhance this desirability and connect with consumers on this personal level. Jewelry, luxury goods. Yeah, I mean, this is all about emotions. Yeah. We want to be, men want to be James Bond, and that's why they spend a lot of money on buying buying a watch, or George Clooney or whoever. So focusing on emotional images means feelings, imagination, arts, creativity. So it's about the right brain, imaginative, emotional, intuitive, creative, good with music and art. So it's basically about storytelling and building the narrative. So creating this visual story around the product that resonates with the desired emotions. And lighting and mood. So lighting, when we are taking product photography, like illustrating the certain features, then it's more about that, okay, there just has to be enough lighting that, I mean, it's possible to see all these different features and benefits. But here, when we are talking about emotional, like logically, we need to see all the detail, like every single detail of the product, right? So we can see that, does it match what we are looking for? If it's a wire, then, I mean, what kind of connections it has and blah, 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 blah. But when we are talking about emotional, then lighting is more about what color is the lighting, because that actually sets the mood. And if you have ever done photography, if you have ever used lights in photography, then, I mean, with most of these lights, you are able to set the tone of the light. So you're able to change the tone to a more yellow, to a warmer, to a colder, and so on. So that really makes a great difference in this emotional imagery when we are trying to convey certain story or certain like transformation for the person, or some kind of elevated thing that we want the person to be able to have. So warm, soft lighting can create this cozy emotional atmosphere, while dramatic lighting can really convey this excitement or mystery. And human connection, then, I mean, there's a reason why a lot of these products have like people, because we want to see that, okay, what are the emotions that will come after are the result of using this product, right? So we can see that, oh, it's some even if it's just like pretty simple thing like cooking utensils or whatever, then we should still like have these lifestyle images where we are basically showing that, oh, how wonderful time people are having, like family and friends having dinner, and oh, there's an image of the utensils being used and everyone is so happy. Or then when you're cooking is so easy because of these utensils, like everything is it's the transformation. It's also actually about transformation, because it's about the transformation of the activity that I do. Because let's say that I do cooking, but maybe I don't even enjoy it, but with this certain product, it actually makes cooking easier, faster, or I'm more productive, it's more effective, or it's a certain kind of thing that it makes me feel that, yeah, I'm actually doing good, right? So capture genuine expressions and emotions that align with the product's messages. Lifestyle, I mean, so the product in real life scenarios and settings that reflect the emotions that we want to demonstrate. We want the viewer to understand that, hey, this is what will come as a result of using this product. So that means lifestyle props, lifestyle environments that resonate with the target audience. And here I come back to the thing that if I'm selling something that I have zero experience, I have zero knowledge, I have zero expertise, then it's going to take me a bit more effort to do the research that to really understand the target audience. Because if it's like, let's say that I would start selling some fishing equipment. I mean, I don't, I have no knowledge, expertise, I mean, on this niche. So if I need to start creating some kind of emotional images for fishing equipment, I mean, basically, either I'm just guessing, or then I just need to do some research and see that, okay, what are other brands using? Why are they using it? And what are people thinking? And then I need to like get some feedback based on actual people who do this, who are part of this niche, to really understand, okay, well, do I have the right understanding of this product? Do I really am I using the correct imagery and correct words that actually resonate with the target audience? So it's all about resonating with the target audience, resonating with the customers, resonating with the people who land on our product listing and see that, yeah, this is exactly what I want. This seems so much better than anything else I see here.